Hello everybody and welcome back to False Nine Footy. So we've got to talk about Manchester City's transfer window so far. We've got about a month and a week and a half left in the transfer window. And if Manchester City don't do anything else, I think they've had an excellent transfer window. Like the players they brought in, there's not one miss there in my opinion. So far, they've brought in Ryan Aït-Nouri from Wolves for £31 million. They brought in Ryan Cherki from Lyon for £34 million. They brought in Tiani Reijnders from Milan for £46.6 million. And they went and got Sverre Nypan from Rosenborg for £12.5 million. There are two things about these transfers that are impressive to me. Number one are the prices they paid for each of these players. In total, they only spent around £124 million. And number two, the quality of player that they brought in. So what I mean by that is it's very easy in football to spend money. It's very easy to waste money. I'll give an example. If we look at Manchester United, they spent £55 million on Mason Mount and £72 million on Rasmus Højlund. If we just look at those two players, I'm not including Antony, I'm not including Harry Maguire, I'm not including Onana. If we just look at those two players, they spent £127 million on Mason Mount and Rasmus Højlund. Man City spent £124 million on Aït-Nouri, Cherki, Reijnders, and Sverre Nypan. My point is, there are a lot of players in the world of football, and it's very easy to waste money on players if your team scouting staff doesn't have the ability to discern a talented player from an untalented player, or a player that has great potential versus one that doesn't. So I bring up Mason Mount and Rasmus Højlund for a reason. More so Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a player that I think a lot of football fans weren't really high on, didn't really believe he had immense potential. But for whatever reason, Manchester United decided to spend £55 million on Mason Mount. Mason Mount wasn't that good a player, didn't have immense potential, and that's how you waste £55 million. What impresses me so much about this Manchester City transfer window is their ability to identify players that are both incredibly talented and that possess great potential. So if we just look at Aït-Nouri, Cherki, and Reijnders, Aït-Nouri is one of the premier left backs in world football right now, and he's only 24. Ryan Cherki is 21 and is one of the best talents in world football. And Tiani Reijnders is flat out one of the best central midfielders in the game currently. So all three of those players are class. And in total, Manchester City only spent £112 million on them. You look at a player like Ekitike, who just went to Liverpool for 95 million euros. To get three players of that caliber for pretty much as much money as Liverpool spent on Ekitike is nothing short of excellent business. And then you throw in a player like Sverre Nypan, who is one of the biggest prospects in world football. So Manchester City, they just have a unique ability to discern correctly in terms of which players are talented and which aren't, and which to spend big on and which not to. And again, that's how you improve your squad. If you spend big or even spend small on the right players, your squad will improve, your team performances will improve. But again, if you spend big or even small on the wrong players, right, you're not gonna progress. So again, recruitment in football is everything. who you bring in is everything. The money you spend is everything, because if you spend money on the wrong players, obviously, things won't go well. So, yeah, Manchester City's transfer window has just been incredible. The quality of players that they brought in for, such incredible prices is nothing short of great business. So, yeah,